Many Christian theologians have written about the link between Jesus and the Buddha. Numerous sayings in the teachings of Jesus are strikingly similar, if not identical, to the teachings of the Buddha, who of course lived 600 years before Jesus. The explanation of those consistencies is debated. Marcus Borg suggests that Jesus and the Buddha were two people who had both discovered a key to a spiritual realm, the path to enlightenment, the narrow way, a way to access the life that really is life. Jesus and Buddha seem to view the human dilemma similarly, that our suffering is primarily based on ignorance. Most of us live in ignorance about who we are and how we might live. Jesus and Buddha both warn about attachment, grasping, craving, self-absorption. The Christian tradition became so concerned with making sure that everybody believed that Jesus is God, faith in Jesus, that we largely have ignored Jesus' teaching on detachment and simplicity and nonviolence. The resonance of Buddhism, then, can help Christians recognize these consistent teachings and that they are at the core of the Christian faith as well. If religions are seen to complete each other rather than to compete with each other, then Buddhist practice can help Christians be better, truer Christians. The teachings of Jesus and Buddha essentially point to an experience of transformation that is possible. And it begins with an invitation to stillness.
This morning I'd like to share with you a poem that I wrote for my teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh. Be still and know. Be still and not know. Be still. Be. So the psalmist said, be still and know. Be still and know that I am God, because when you're quiet in God's presence and surrender to Him, you will find peace. As students of the Buddha, we are invited to do the same thing, to be still in order to know ourselves, to know our body, our mind, our heart. All of the Buddha's teachings are about how to get to know ourselves so we don't do harm to others, or so we can even do good for others. So I'd like to share one of the Buddha's most revolutionary teachings, that if we be still, we can know. He taught that you have never been born and you will never die. So you know, before you were born, part of you was in your daddy and part of you was in your mama. And therefore, part in your daddy, part of his mama and daddy were in your daddy, and part of your mama's mama and daddy were in your mama. And that's true of their parents and grandparents, back to beginningless time. So you've never been born because you've always been alive. From nothing, you can't all of a sudden become something. And from something, you can't all of a sudden become nothing. So you will never die. You'll live on in your descendants and all beings. Scientists agree with the Buddha. They say that matter can only become another form of matter or energy, but matter cannot become nothing. Looking deeply, we see that we are connected to all beings throughout time and space. It's therefore important for me to be still so that I can know who I am, so I can know how I can avoid causing harm to myself and others, and how I can be of benefit to you and to others. One way to get to know ourselves is by meditating. So most of our meditations begin with samatha, getting still, quieting our body and minds. Sometimes we don't do more than that. But if samatha meditation is all we ever do, we may not be addressing the suffering that we're creating for ourselves and others, or knowing the ways that we can share our joy. So sometimes we add a second part to our meditation, vipassana, clear seeing, clear looking, where we get to know our fears, our impatience, anger, sorrow, and also our delights and insights. We come to know what makes us safe, healthy, and happy, and what we can do to help others be safe and happy. All others, all beings, animals, plants, and minerals such as water, soil, and air, Mother Earth. This is how the 13th century Sufi Rumi invites us to be still and know. He says, "And you, when will you begin that long journey into yourself? Be still and know. Be still and not know." To be still and not know cultivates humility. Humility is the awareness that there's a lot you don't know, and that a lot of what you think you do know is distorted or wrong. To be still and not know, to be humble, gives us the freedom from having always to show that we're superior. But we like to be knowers, even though the truth is we can never really know. We want to be comfortable and sure and safe, and this not knowing scares us. So to train yourself to be still and not know, it's good to remember how much you enjoyed not knowing, enjoyed the mysteries when you were 3 and 4 and 5, like the children were here earlier this morning. It was fun not to know, and useful too, because not knowing allowed you to open to learning. And Albert Einstein said, the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It's the source of all true art and science. So to be truly happy, we must allow, actually invite, the not knowing into our lives. Thich Nhat Hanh offers us a simple tool for cultivating this kind of brave curiosity. He simply says, "Are you sure?" This poem, Mysteries, Yes, is by Mary Oliver. Truly, we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity while we ourselves dream of rising. How 2 hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or from the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, "Look," and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. Be still and not know. Be still. Why is it that we rush around so much? Why do we drive so fast? Why are we antsy when the traffic is slow, and we get aggravated when the light turns red and we have to sit still for 60 seconds? Why do we receive opportunities like that to relax as if they were obstacles to our happiness? Why do I take a bite of my salad and while I'm chewing, prepare my fork for another bite? Why do I hurry through my taco so I can have my cookie, and then I hurry through my cookie so I can wash the dishes, and then I hurry through the... Why do we fill our calendars so full that we have to rush through our days and nights to get everything done? Does it make us feel important, popular, worthy? What are we rushing to? What are we running from? It's not hard to be still. It's very simple. You just stop, breathe, and smile. That's it. You just stop, you take an in-breath, and you know you're taking an in-breath, and then you exhale, and you know you are exhaling, and then you smile at yourself and your astonishing deep practice. This is from one of Thich Nhat Hanh's poems, Going in Circles. Oh, you who are going in circles, please stop. What are you doing it for? I cannot be without going. And because I don't know where to go, that's why I go in circles. Oh, you who are going in circles, please stop. But if I stop going, I will stop being. Oh, my friend who is going in circles, you're not one with this crazy business of going in circles. You may enjoy going, but not going in circles. Where can I go? Go where you can find your beloved, where you can find yourself. Lao Tzu, the 6th century BC philosopher and founder of Taoism, said, "Why do you run around looking for the truth? Be still." And there it is, in the mountains, in the pines, in yourself. Be still. Be. Our teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, says, meditation teaches you how to just be without doing anything, without holding on to anything, without trying to think good thoughts or get rid of bad thoughts or achieve a pure state of mind. This is a radical practice. Normally we do everything we can to avoid just being. When left alone with ourselves, without a project to occupy us, we become nervous. We start judging ourselves or thinking about what we should be doing or feeling. Since this inner struggle is so painful, we're always looking for something to distract us from just being with ourselves. So, just be. Be your own kind of beautiful. Someone will always be prettier. Someone will always be smarter. Someone will always be younger, kinder, wiser. Someone will always be a better Buddhist, a better Christian. But no one will ever be you. In all time and all space, there's only one you. So just be the best possible version of yourself. E. Cummings says, it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. And anyway, Oscar Wilde says, be yourself, everyone else is already taken. Come back to this moment, this miraculous present moment, and just be. You don't have to do. Be still and know. Be still and not know. Be still.